Well, a number of our gCADPlus users like to use a template. They have their favourite symbols in that template, and if you start with that template, those symbols can be used. Let me just change my view to background colour of white so that you can see things a little easier. You will notice, or you may notice, if you look down in the status line, there is no plant database file associated with this drawing, with this template drawing. However, if I go to plant schedules and lists and say show symbols with names, you can see that the names of these various species are already assigned. So if I go to gCADPlus and search for a symbol, and search for, say, Alpina galanga, and go OK, we can find that symbol. There it is down there. So that symbol has already been assigned and stored with the drawing file, even though there is no plant database file associated with it. We also store, even though we've lost the connection with the plant database file, the GCP file, we also can see if we made a plant schedule from this drawing, we can see what it would look like. And we can do that by saying view the plant list. And Alpina galanga is record number 4. And if we widen it, should be able to widen that list. Let me just close. But pay attention perhaps to pot size of 3 in there, and let's close. I'm just going to try that again because you should be able to, if you edit the plant list, of course, no you can't. It's not until we, let me backtrack just a little. So the current version of gCADPlus doesn't give, we can view the list, but we can't stretch it here. We've just changed things so that you can stretch it if you associate one, but keep paying attention to the 3 in the pot size. That's probably a 3-inch pot. This comes from the US, so I'll close. And what I'm now going to do is to attach a database file. And on the desktop, there's one called Plant List. Let's open it. And there it is. We can now stretch this. We think this makes life a lot easier in the gCADPlus environment. But now in this particular plant database file, presumably because others have been added, Alpina is now record number 6, and in the pot size is no longer there. Pot size has been removed and changed into another column, but certainly there's no evidence of a number 3 in that list. So we want this number 6 record in this new plant database file associated with that particular symbol. So we'll OK it, and we know which symbol it is. It's this one here. So if we pick it, it says Alpina and galangal, and the code is there. Having selected it, let's say gCADPlus and remove the data from the plant. So what this is doing is removing the information about that symbol that's stored in the drawing for your convenience, and it'll allow us to associate a new row with the drawing. This is going to get tricky for this particular user because he's changed the columns and the contents of columns, but I digress. So we'll remove that association. It's now gone, and we'll select the symbol again, and we'll say let's now set data to a plant. And remember, we have a new GCP file called plant list associated. Alpina is now record 6 in this list, and if we stretch it across, there's no numeric number 3 in that particular list. Now I'm not at all sure that when we run the custom schedule that this is going to work effectively to generate the list. We'll look at it in a minute, but the order of columns is important, and season, I think, has been added. If I were to add a season like this to a GCP file, I'd put it at the end, not within it, because the custom plant schedule will in fact include the custom column. But I digress a little. So we've now associated that symbol with a different record in a different GCP file. So I hope that does indicate that there can be some problems that arise when you switch from one GCP file to another in the same drawing.